Hey guys, it's me, Jeremy John with KokaneeKid Fishing. We're tackling information come together to get you guys in the game. So I'm here on basically a weekend report and then also what happened at Odell last weekend. So let's talk about weather this weekend. So the weather looks like it's going to be pretty nice. Friday and Saturday up at Odell Lake, the wind doesn't look like it's going to pick up till about 3 o'clock. And then on Sunday, it looks like it's going to pick up at about 1. But Saturday and Sunday look like if you're fishing a little bit later, you will be in the low 90s. So it is going to be a little bit warm up there. But the weather looks like it's starting out west, then it's switching to an east, and then it's going to come out of the northwest then towards the afternoon. So the wind looks pretty good this weekend, so it should be pretty nice. The one drawback we have this weekend is the moon phase. So we're getting into a bad moon phase, which means a couple things for you. One, the fish are going to be feeding all night long. So when you get on the water first thing in the morning and you're expecting this absolute fantastic bite, it might not be as a dramatic bite as we're used to seeing. So because those fish are feeding all night, they might be a little bit lethargic. You might have to slow your troll speed down a little bit. So this last weekend I was at about 1.3. I'm expecting this weekend I might have to slow my troll speed down to maybe 1 mile an hour or maybe 1.1. So that's just something I want you to keep in the back of your mind. I did notice last weekend at Odell that we were getting a lot of short bites, and I think it was because I was trolling a little too fast. So you might want to think about slowing your troll speed down a little bit. So let's talk about our local lakes. So Detroit Lake, obviously you can still launch your boat, but they are getting a mixed batch of fish. So they're getting a lot of next year's fish, and they're getting a few of this year's fish. The bigger ones that they're getting look huge, so that is a bonus. But you're still having to go through a lot of next year's fish to be able to get those bigger ones. But it's still an option, and because they have gotten rid of the Canes Marina and then the Detroit Marina, and then over at the Northwest Sportsman Club, the boat docks are gone. You're probably not going to have as much activity on the lake for water skiers, jet skiers, and that kind of stuff. So that is a bonus for the fishing. Normally this time of year that place is packed. You're going to have all sorts of people cruising around and having fun, but causing issues for people like you and me. So that's kind of a bonus. Green Peter's still fishing really good. Again, they're pretty small, and most of the people that are doing the boating around that area are down at Foster, and I haven't gotten a report on the lake level, but I believe that you can still launch over at Thistle Creek for that lake. Wallowa Lake, hey, I'm still seeing a few really big fish being caught. They look like they're starting to transition into the spawn, but I did see a couple pictures of some 5-pounders that were caught there, but they are far and few between. So there's still an opportunity to catch a monster over there, but again, that lake's going to have a lot of skiers, jet skiers, kayakers, paddle boarders. So and that's going to be a high traffic area, especially when we get in the month, end of July up into August. You're going to have a bunch of water sports people. But if you get up there early in the morning, if it was me, I'd start fishing at dark. You can fish an hour before sunrise. I would definitely be on the lake an hour before sunrise, and at least get that period of time before you start seeing all the boaters come out. You know, normally they're going to come out, maybe 10, 11 o'clock. I'd try getting off the lake and then just heading towards camp. So the other lake that I want to talk about is Anderson Ranch up in Idaho. I don't know if people are out of state. That's picking up some pretty nice fish. And then also Flaming Gorge is picking up some pretty nice fish. I did hear that Paulina Lake is slowing down a little bit. I've gotten mixed reports. I think some people are starting to struggle up there, but then the guys that know what they're doing, I think they're still picking up a few fish. I was expecting them to be a little bit bigger than what they are. I don't know if they're growing as fast as the ones at Odell Lake, but that's still an option for you up there. So let's get into Odell Lake. So last weekend I was up there, and the fish are, boy, they're starting to pick up some size. So we're getting some in the 13, 14 inch range, but really beefy. The bigger ones were actually jumping out of the water, taking line. I had a couple get wrapped around my downrigger cable, so they're super aggressive, and you're gonna have to slow down on reeling them in. A lot of times people get into this solid reel in, but when you have a fish that's aggressive and starting to put some weight on, you really need to take it easy on them. So what I like doing is when the fish, if you're fishing for a bigger fish or a fish that is bigger, you'll see the clip come off instantaneously and the rod load instantaneously. And when that happens, I like taking the rod and just having that fish without reeling, just fighting the fish and letting him naturally come up through the water column. He's going to get away from your other gear that's underneath the boat. He's going to come up into the water column. He's going to come up into a little bit warmer temperature of water, and a lot of times that'll stop him from fighting so much. They prefer being in about 53 degrees, and if I had to guess, between 40 and 60 feet last weekend at Odell, they were in cooler water, and they're coming up into 65 degree water. And a lot of times that'll cause them to not want to fight as much. And then as they stop fighting, then you can start reeling them in. So we were losing quite a few fish, and by slowing down a little bit, a lot of times if I catch a bigger fish and he's on the left-hand side of the boat, I will take the boat and actually turn it into the left, slow it down a little bit. I was kind of doing that, but because I was fishing so many rods and we were getting lots of stuff getting hit, you know, you got to do what you can do. But if you're fishing 2 rods or maybe 4 rods, you know, and you catch one on the left or the right, slow your boat down a little bit and maybe just make a turn into the right. That'll slow that rod down, and you're going to have an easier time reeling that fish in to get it into the boat. So that's just something to keep into your mind. But again, you're going to have to slow your speed down probably this weekend. Again, the Pro-Cured garlic sand shrimp was money. We did really well with that. And the fish that I caught were sucked way into the West Bay. Actually, they were so far, I've never fished this far into the West Bay, but I was fishing between the 70 and the 90 foot depth line, and I could actually see Trapper Creek boat launch with people in floaty tubes and little kayakers and stuff like that. But boy, were they stacked in. A lot of boats saw me in that area and decided not to come in. I don't know if they were scared. There was one white North River that came in that looked like he was catching a few fish, but it was just lights out fishing for me. I think there's a couple reasons for that. One, there's a lot of Mackinac on the lake that are going after the kokanee. And I think by having those kokanee go up into a little bit of a shallower water, the Mackinac weren't following them in there. And I didn't see very many Mackinac on that 70 to 80 foot line. 2, there's a lot of boats in the West Bay, and so I think those fish were getting pushed up into that shelf as well. By me telling everybody where they were at, they might not be there this weekend, but guess what? That's exactly where I'm going to go on Friday. I'm going to check that out because it was lights out fishing. So, tackle to have. We did really well in the afternoon with the twisted hoochies, both in orange and pink. And a lure that a lot of people don't think about that works really well up at the lake is the orange and black super Mysis bug. And that thing was blowing it up with the gold blade, and then also the pink and black super Mysis bug with the silver blade. Both those were working really good after that morning sun started hitting the water. Now, first thing in the morning, remember I told you guys to start using glow. So the Wonder Bread was working good first thing in the morning. And then a new lure that we are going to have on the market, and I'm going to show you a close-up to it, but it's going to come in a silver and a glow bead, is a PPE Mysis bug, which is basically a pink purple eliminator Mysis bug. It's got glow paint and glow beads with a gold or a silver blade on it, and I'm charging these things up with UV, and I absolutely blew it up with these things first thing in the morning. Once the sun comes out, these things, these and the Wonder Bread have a tendency to die out, and you're going to have to switch your tackle out a little bit to figure out what they want. They were a little picky this weekend, but we did boat a lot of fish, so my back's still killing me from laying all the fish, but I am ready to go back up. I took some Advil. You know, I'm getting old. I'm not a kid anymore, even though, hold on a second. right. I'm still the KokaneeKid. I might need to change my name as soon as one of my kids have a kid, and then I can call myself the Kokanee Grandpa. But who knows? We'll see what happens. So, don't be afraid to go in areas you haven't been in. I've never fished that shallow in the bay, but boy, oh boy, was there a bunch of fish in there. So, check areas out. Check different areas out. So far, the lake is clear. There's no algae bloom up at the lake, so I don't know. Normally, this time of year, we get in the third week of July. Normally, I've got some kind of an algae bloom, but I called John up at Odell Lake Resort, and he said so far the lake is clear. So we might go another weekend without an algae bloom, and I don't know, maybe because of the hot weather and no rain this spring, maybe we won't get one, but we'll have to see. So hopefully we'll see you guys out on the lake. Make sure you gear up. One of the other things that I want to talk about is these things are not available on the internet yet. We're getting close. I'm waiting to get some Dodgers from Pulse and Cascade, but here's a giveaway. I'm going to give away 3 gold and 3 silver PPE Mysis bugs. And here's the 2 things that you need to do. 1, like this post off Facebook, off the KokaneeKid channel. 2, share the post off of it. And then if you get a chance, subscribe to my YouTube channel, KokaneeKid Fishing. That helps me out a lot. If you subscribe to it, 1, you're going to know when new videos are coming out, and 2, it helps me out with my channel. So again, we're going to give away 3 of these, 3 silver and 3 gold, so you're going to get 6 of them before you have a chance to buy them. I'm going to give them away next Wednesday when I post the report for what's going on in Oregon and around the area, and hopefully we'll see you guys out on the lake.